Hey guys, Roto with G-Rod Rails here. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any content. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to be making a tri-tip but smoked like a brisket. So I've been seeing this lots and I wanted to try it myself. Normally I'm a medium rare kind of guy, reverse sear it, and it's just a beautiful cut of meat. Today we're going to be doing it like a brisket, taking it all the way down to 160, wrapping it, and then all the way out to 205 and probing for tenderness right at the very end there. So stick around, we'll see how this works out. It's an experiment, so you and I get to learn together. Let's do this. Alright, so we're going to be trimming this up a little bit here, and not a lot to trim here. I bought this from my local butcher here, and they've already done quite a bit of the trim job already. So I just want to kind of, not a lot for me to take off. I'm just going to take off a little bit of the silver skin here. Not much else, maybe a little bit of this fat on the sides. On the flip side is normally where the fat cap would be. It's already been trimmed out. Because we're going to be smoking this at a very low temperature for an extended period of time, I'm going to leave it. Normally, I'm just going to get rid of these little stretchy pieces. Normally I would trim them all off when I do a reverse sear, because I want this to be gone and allow the smoke to kind of penetrate all of the meat. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and take off the little bits and pieces, and like I said, there isn't a lot to take out already, so I'm just going to go ahead and see what I can take off here. I'm using a Cutco boning knife. This is a perfect knife for trimming down, briskets or really any sort of meat. Extremely sharp. And the bendy blade or the flexible blade does a really good job to get into little pieces here. So now that it's ready to go here, like not a lot of trimmings, as you can see, I'm just going to season this up. Here I'm using Worcestershire sauce, or however you pronounce it, as my binder. Don't need a lot. You can use mustard if you want. You can use hot sauce. I like to use this for on beef. I think the little tiny bit of flavor that comes through, I think does really well with the beef. And then I'm going to be using the Cosmo Q's Texas beef rub. This also goes really well with any brisket or large size cut of beef, so I'm just going to liberally apply it throughout. Make sure you get it everywhere. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna, just over top of that, I'm gonna use the Whiskey Bent, the grind. This is a really awesome coffee flavor from Whiskey Bent. Coffee rub. Lots of other really delicious spices that go really well with all beef. Really, they go well with anything, but I like to use them on beef. It's really good. If you haven't tried them, they're awesome. I'll put some links in the description for you. If you're in the US, you can just order directly. If you're in Canada, there's a couple spots here in Canada that you can order from. I'll put a couple links for you. Alright, we'll flip her over and do the same thing. Get a little bit of the binder on. It's just enough amount of my bottle here. Yeah. And then we'll just repeat the process here. And that's it, and this baby's ready to go. I'm going to kind of let it sit out here for a few minutes while I go and get my smoker fired up, and that should allow it to kind of warm up a little bit, but also start soaking in some of those spices, and it'll start to sweat a little bit. You want that because smoke sticks to cold and wet surfaces, so you're gonna want some of that, the meat sweats to come out and help out. So, we'll see you when we're putting it back on the smoke. Alright guys, so we're ready to roll. The Traeger is set to 225 and the meat's all starting to sweat. You can see it's also starting to rain, so let's get this in here. We're gonna set this up, and I'm gonna be using an Inkbird Wi-Fi thermometer. Now the Traeger does have its own thermometer that works through the app. However, I'm going to be doing 2 of these today, so I need both probes. My Inkbird is a 4 probe, so it's going to work perfect. There we are, we're set. the probe is inserted into the thickest part of the tri-tip, so that's going to give me a good reading. And I'm going to take this all the way out to about 160, 165. I'm not going to spritz, I'm just going to let it roll. Alright, so this has been in the smoker for, I don't know, roughly about 3.5 hours at 225. I did bump it up a couple times to 250 and then 275 for the last, I don't know, maybe the last hour or so, just to kind of get it sped up a little bit. It looks pretty good. Bark is set, nothing's coming off, so I think we're going to take that off and we're going to wrap it. So I'm just going to set you down and show you the wrap. Alright, so here we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it tight in foil, and I'm going to put, you know, maybe a 1/4 cup of beef stock in it, and then wrap it back up and put it back on the smoker. Alright, so we wrapped her up nice and tight, put about a 1/4 cup of beef stock in there. One thing you want to make sure is you warm up any liquid that you put in, otherwise you're going to stall the cook. So make sure it's nice and warm, put it in there, wrap it tight, put a probe back in there, let it ride. Alright, so this has now hit 202, so we're just going to see where it's at here. Just going to test for tenderness. Still not quite where I want it, I don't think. No. So we're going to let it go a little bit longer. Maybe we'll check again at 205. Or, yeah, 205 or so, and see what's up. Alright guys, so here it is. I ended up pulling this off the smoker when it reached at about 210 internal temperature, and that's just when my probe started coming in and out of it like it was going through butter. Nice and easy, no resistance whatsoever. Once I pulled it off, I also let it vent for about 5 minutes or so, and then put it into the cooler and let it rest for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Normally I would have let it rest a little bit longer, but we did have company over and we really wanted to get eating, and it just smelled so darn good. Now I do apologize, I wasn't able to get my camera angles right, so you won't be able to see the whole thing, but as you can see here, the smokering was perfect. It's very moist, tasted great. I still maybe do prefer the reverse sear method better. That's just for my preference, but if you haven't tried it, absolutely give it a shot. You might even like it. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any content. And until next time, we'll see you on G-Rod Grills.